Ladies and gentlemen, boy, do I have a treat for you today. This right here is a 2022 X-Pro Titan 250 DLX. Now, the DLX is the super fancy model that is completely street legal in the whole United States, and it has passenger foot pegs and all other kinds of great stuff, and we're gonna run over a couple things with it today. I'll tell you all about it. Now, this is a bike that I am selling for right around the $3,000 mark. It is a brand new bike with 0 miles. It's completely cosmetically and mechanically perfect in every way, shape, and form. So with all that being said, let's start front to back as we normally do. Up the front, you have some beautiful little knobbies right here. This is a 21 front wheel, 18 rear wheel. So this is a taller bike. However, it does have adjustable forks and an adjustable rear shock, which the rear shock on this bike is very nice. It's a lot more of a comfortable riding experience in comparison to the Templar 250, which I make a lot of videos about. You have a pretty aggressive front fender right here. I think this front fender is super cool. You have an LED headlight, super bright turn signals, and you do have reflecty boys if your state requires reflecty boys. You have a beautiful powder-coated exhaust right here, which comes to this beautiful champagne muffler, which I think is really cool. It sounds super nice. I like it a lot. Now, it is ice cold at this point. As you can see, I'm comfortably grabbing this, and I'll start it up for you just to verify that it does have 0 miles on it. That sounds really good. What's super cool about this too is it has these little Allens on your clamps right there to hold your bars in place. Now, this bike is more tailored towards long haul adventure riding in comparison to the Templar 250, which is more tailored towards jumps and being aggressive. This is just as aggressive. It has the exact same sprocket setup. You have a huge dinner plate sprocket in the rear. You have an identical engine. The only difference about this one is your oil drain plug is set off to the side instead of directly under, so that allows it to be in situations like going over huge logs and going over big rocks and stuff like that, and it's nice and protected by this frame. I really like this frame a lot. I think this frame is super cool. Like, you don't even need a skid plate with a frame like that, which I think is really neat. One thing I really love about this bike is this front brake grabs so nice. I really like the front brake a lot. What's super cool about this bike is it has passenger foot pegs and a significantly more comfortable seat than other bikes. This is definitely a bike that you can bang out a couple 100 miles on in a day and not be fatigued, not be upset or in pain, have your thighs on fire or anything like that. The handlebars are nice and tall as well, and I like the rake of the bars a lot. I think that these are really nice bars. And this bike is both kick and electric start, so you have a Kickstarter right there. I know this is like a little thing, but I think this gas cap is really neat. I like the way they put the little nipple on there. It's cool. I just like it. I just like it a lot. I like the graphics on this as well. Like, I like that they leave a white space for you to put your racing numbers on there. I think that's super cool. This is the perfect all-around motorcycle. You know, you could easily commute to work on it and then hit a trail on your way home, go get some groceries on it, and then go in the X Games, whatever you wanted to do. This is a really nice bike, and it has a higher tank capacity than its competitor, the Templar 250 as well. This is a bigger gas tank. I forgot to mention that. I believe it's a 2.5 gallon. I might be wrong, but I believe it's around a 2.5 gallon. These grips are super nice as well. They're very gummy and grippy, very similar to like Pro Taper grips, and all around, this is a fantastic motorcycle. Like, look at the bracing of the engine. Like, this is a fantastic frame. This is super strong. One thing that's also super cool about this bike is it has bend back levers. I like that. I always love to see bend back levers. So if you're not familiar with what these are, is if you crash at some point, your levers bend back so they don't break. A lot of the times most motorcycles have these hard mounted, so if you go down, they'll break. This bike has so many cool little features and little upgrades that you know, the more time you look at it, the more cool things you see, and I really like this bike a lot. I think this is a super solid motorcycle, and this bike really fits a large range of people that are in the market for a bike. This is a perfect commuter motorcycle. This is a perfect adventure motorcycle, a fantastic long haul bike, especially considering the comfortable shock and this very squishy seat. This is a bike that you could do miles and miles and miles on in a single day and not feel fatigued and not feel sore. I think this is a perfect first motorcycle as well, because it's a 250cc with pretty aggressive gearing, so you can facilitate the needs of, you know, doing all kinds of fun stuff, but then take it out on the road. This should top out around 70-75 miles an hour. You can make them faster with changing around the gearing, but you lose torque when you do that. I love that this one has passenger foot pegs. I think that's such a nice touch, because I ride a Templar 250 as my main motorcycle and it doesn't have passenger foot pegs, and that's something I really wish it had. The tires are beautiful, the brakes are beautiful, the entire riding experience is a fantastic one. Now, speaking of riding experience, because that this is a 0-mile motorcycle, I'm not going to be riding this particular bike in this video, because that's for you to do, viewer watching this. So if this is something that you would like, get in contact with me. There's an email address down in the description of this video, as well as links to where you can get one, and I deliver to pretty much all of New England, and I'm happy to facilitate your needs of a motorcycle, whether you buy the Titan 250 or you want to get a Templar 250. So with all that being said, let me know your thoughts about the Titan 250 DLX down in the comments below. Do you like this bike more than the Templar or less than the Templar? What are your thoughts and opinions on it? Give me all of it down in the comments. I almost said the description. Give me all of that down in the description of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.